Now, in this case here, for example, I want to improve it without even testing it because I can already see that this verify session function, which is being called here in the end, isn't defined anywhere in the code ChatGPT gave me. I can tell that that's the case because I do have this programming knowledge, because I know Node.js and I know how to write this code. So therefore I can skip the part where I test this code and I then run into some error because verify session isn't found, and I can instead right away ask ChatGPT for the code for this verify session function that was missing in the code it gave me before. Now here in this updated code which it gave me, or in this new code that shows me how this verify session function could be defined, I can also already see that this session thing which is being used here also isn't defined there. Now it might be defined in my existing application, and indeed ChatGPT even tells me to replace this session model that's being used in this code, so this part here, with my own implementation. But here, for example, I want to simulate the case that I don't have such a model, and I therefore want to have ChatGPT generate such a model for me, such a model class. Again, something I can request because I do have this programming experience, this general knowledge of the topic. Hence, I'm sending this follow-up prompt with some specific details about that model that should be created by ChatGPT, and therefore it goes ahead and gives me some example code which I could now try to add to my application, together with this verify session code and this code it gave me before, to quickly add this user authentication verification to my application without coming up with all this code on my own. And that's what I mean with boosting developer productivity. Of course, you can write all this code on your own. If you know how to write Node.js code, you probably would be able to come up with this code. But of course, it would take quite some time and it would take quite a lot of testing. Now, this code here from ChatGPT, of course, also needs to be tested. It may contain bugs and it might be wrong, but getting this code, of course, was pretty easy. It didn't take long to get all that code, and it therefore saves us as a developer a lot of time. So ChatGPT can be amazing for developers because it can speed up the development process, especially if you use this approach of asking for individual building blocks. But as you also saw in the last lecture, it's then also quite common to improve this code in an iterative way. So just as you had to test and improve the code step by step in an iterative process as a non-developer, it's also quite normal to improve the code step by step as a developer. You add more and more features, you ask ChatGPT for more and more code examples or implementations as you need them, as I did it here in this example. And therefore, you get the best from both worlds. You use ChatGPT to generate and improve the code, but you as a developer use your knowledge to ask for the specific features you need. And you can therefore go through this ChatGPT-driven development process in a highly effective way.